TMZ Sports broke this next story, a huge one, involving an NFL superstar and one Meek Mill.
Meek Mill?
Meek Mill in the middle of, although we should say for Meek's, at least it appears that Meek Mill
would just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. But remember, he was just ordered on house arrest I think Friday.
Yeah.
This was his last hurrah before being in his house.
So here's what happened. Saturday night, there's a club in Philly, and Meek is there, but also LeSean McCoy, who used to play for the Eagles, now plays for the Buffalo Bills, and a huge brawl breaks out. And LeSean McCoy, police believe, was right in the middle of this, and we have the video. Here is some of the brawl, and you're going to see LeSean is, that's the guy there. His red boxer shorts are sticking out.
They are fighting.
And there's some fight now. In the middle of this fight, in addition to LeSean, there were two off-duty police officers.
Well, Evan, you've got a story about this. It seems like it was these off-duty cops versus LeSean's crew.
Yeah, it seems like it was all over a champagne bottle. At least that's according to the police report, that the two groups were arguing. We spoke to a witness who actually shot that video, who says that when the champagne bottle fell and shattered on the ground, that's what touched off the violence. And then, from what we're told, LeSean and his crew started fighting with the off-duty police officers who were inside the club just enjoying themselves early Sunday morning. Now, according to police, the victims were transported to the hospital with serious injuries. I mean, broken bones, bad lacerations. I mean, all sorts of bad stuff.
These are the cops?
These are the off-duty cops, correct.
And so, criminal investigation.
That's right. So now there's an investigation. People are expecting warrants for LeSean's arrest, any moment now. We're going to have a lot of information on this on TMZ Sports on FS1 tonight. More witnesses from inside the club and all the latest information, so you don't want to miss that.
By the way, at midnight, on Fox Sports 1, TMZ Sports.
By the way, at Meek Mill, so we said Meek Mill was there. Are Meek and LeSean friends?
They were in separate sections of the club. I don't know if they know each other at all, but look, apparently it's a popular club. Meek was in a VIP section, away from the fight, wasn't involved in this at all.
Good
but interesting
Meek,
that he was there, and we spoke with police, and they said, hey, if he was there and he witnessed this thing, we want to talk to him. So we know that cops want to speak with Meek Mill to find out what he knows.
But I don't know that that's going to happen.
So the way this happened was you've got a table with LeSean's people, and then you've got a table nearby with the off-duty cops, and they start arguing, and somehow the champagne bottle breaking is what triggers it?
Well, they were arguing over something.
There had to be something else.
But apparently, what touched off the violence was the champagne.
Once you hear a bottle break and, tension's already high, you hear the bottle break.
Yeah, bottle shattering is usually called to action if you think you're getting tense.
You grab
is
somebody.
there any evidence, or do we have any idea whether LeSean and his group knew that those guys were off-duty cops?
Look, I'm no Sherlock Holmes here, but I would imagine that if they knew these were police officers, they would have found another way to resolve this instead of beating the crap out of them.
I agree, Sherlock.
Hi, Daniel Driver calling from Chicago. So I'm thinking, the bottle shatters, sparks them all to go off, but LeSean should have, he's getting paid a ridiculous amount of salary, as most football players are. If the off-duty cops bought the bottles, he should have just, played it off and said, you know what, take this bottle, I'll go get a new bottle of my own. And,
you're right. He makes enough money. If indeed that he was involved because of that, that would be the stupidest reason. Because
we want to move on, but Evan, I want to just jump in. You were saying that you think that LeSean and his people did not know they were cops.
I would imagine they would know. Would you? I mean, come on.
Well, here's why I think maybe it's the opposite. That with all of the tension going on right now between cops and members of the black...
Oh, you think they wanted to make a political statement in a nightclub?
No. Let me just make my point.
All right.
That maybe they were actually arguing about what's going on in the news right now.
They were just guys in the club, most likely. Yeah. We don't know, but most likely they were just guys in the club and things went a little too far.
Okay, well, that's my theory.
I like your theory that they were having an in-depth discussion.
It doesn't have to be an in-depth
the political climate of law enforcement.
Spoken like a guy who spent a lot of time in the club.
If they know that
Fetty Wap bangs in the background, he goes, "Hey man, are you down?
Hey man,
you want to talk about what's going on, fam? We can figure this out."
You know what? You would, if you knew.
No, Harvey, that is the most. You are speaking like someone who's not been in a club.
I've been in clubs.
25, 30 years.
Harvey goes in the club with his pocket protector. here?
No, his pose,
Okay.
his monocle.
Really? Okay.
Although,
then I'll just shut my
hey,
mouth,
by the
man.
way, I want to give you props. I was thinking about you. I was watching that Michael Jackson documentary.
It's so good.
And the Studio 54 clips that
I
they're
was
showing.
there.
And I was like, wow, Harvey was in there. Now, you weren't anywhere near Michael
By the way,
Jackson.
okay, now Reagan's doing this. I want to do one left turn, and then we'll get to DMX. You have got to see this Spike Lee Michael Jackson documentary.
It is
unbelievable. It is one of the best documentaries I have ever seen, and it takes you up to off the wall, and it is incredible. Okay, DMX.
The Wiz was your favorite part, though.
No, the whole. Come on, man.
DMX.
What did that mean?
No, it just means I know you
What
like
does
the Wiz.
No, that's not what you meant.
That is exactly what I meant. You have spoken several times about how much you love the
You
Wiz.
are smiling. You can't even say that. Wow.